So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back today for another episode, taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are lying in, what are they, 13th, 14th? The 14th place. 8 wins, 4 draws, 10 defeats so far this season. So it's just going to be the one match. On the weekend, I get more time. I can play more games and edit. But during the week, the time is limited. So, yeah, we're going to play Wolves, one match, 12-minute matchup, and then the next episode we have Leicester, and I think very soon we're going to get some big matches coming. So yeah, Leicester, then there's the last day of the transfer window. I mean, I'll probably wait to do any type of transfers until the final day. You know, that way I can kind of see, you know, what happens and what not. I still don't know what I'm going to do next season. I mean, a lot of you guys probably want me now to go elsewhere. I probably would start a fresh copy of Master League with updated teams and everything. And then we'll see. I don't know. You guys can give me some opinions of who you want me to be if I did start another Master League. So then we've got West Brom, and then it gets a little bit more exciting with Man City, Arsenal, West Ham. Then we've got Chelsea, PSG, Everton. So yeah, there is a lot of big, tantalizing games on the horizon. So for today, this is what we're going to be going for. Going to start by today with Kimpembe. Grimaldo will come back. Odriozola, David De Gea will be captain. I'm going to rest Paul Pogba. He is down. So, yeah, we're going to give him a bit of a rest and start Kondogbia, Fred. Actually, let's put him the other way. I'd rather have Kondogbia playing as a centre mid. Harriet, Malcolm, Lukaku, and Rashford for today. I was tempted to put Rashford up top and rest Lukaku, but, you know, he generally plays quite well, the big man, and I'd rather have him on. So there's a look at Wolves playing a 3-2-2-3 or a 3-4-3 to start with. So that's going to be interesting. So let's have a look here. Centering targets. Someone said that when you do tight marking, you need to man mark. I mean, I don't feel you have to. I still feel like the reason I don't like doing mark settings is because it means one specific player has to stick with him. Whereas if you play tight marking, I feel like whoever's near him will mark him tighter. So that's why I don't really use the mark settings, because I've used it many times and it ends up pulling a lot of my players out of position, because if, you know, Leo up top there decides to run on the flank, Bailly is going to go with him, which leaves a huge hole in the middle instead of Odriozola picking him up. So that's why I don't really use that. But anyway, yeah, that's good enough for me. Looks the part. Let's dive into this one back at Old Trafford. And yeah, the last match was a tough one. It was a tough one. Yeah, we'll leave it at night time. Why not? It was a tough game. You know, they played Burnley, but to be fair, Burnley were really good on possession. Couldn't really get the ball off them. So yeah, they were unlucky not to get something out of it, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, let's dive into this one. Please hit the like button. Enjoy it. Let's dive into it. So it's another snowy day. The snow is just relentless at this time of the year. It hasn't eased up since the last match, and Manchester United back at home. David De Gea captains the side. Paul Pogba is given a bit of a rest today. He's on the bench if needed. And Luigi will hope probably that he's not going to be needed. But Man United win today. Liverpool lose. They'll get back to that pole position. That's what they're hoping for. But first of all, they're going to need those 3 points. So Lukaku gets us rolling, laying it back to Fred. And let's see what today brings us in another enticing Premier League affair. As Fred tries to find Kondogbia. Took a bit of a deflection. It's been a while since United have played with this 3 in the middle. Got Kondogbia, Fred and Harriet. Well, here's the chance now. Big Romelu Lukaku. Lovely turn by him, and he'll even win himself a foul. Yes, he will. I was going to say there, the referee played the advantage and then brought it back. It's going to be Malcolm, who's he hasn't taken one in a while. Struck it beautifully, but Rui Patricio saw it all the way. Ball over the top. It's not a bad idea. Bay just about got ahead on that one. Otherwise, he would have been in some serious trouble. Here is Harriet. Great feat by him there. Still going. Lays it outside to find Fred. Swing that one towards Rashford. Wants to get it back on the right foot. A real pile driver of a strike. But Patricio was equal to it. Just fizzed out wide. You know, when Rashford's one-on-one with you, his ability and pace always gives him the extra yard. Outside to find Odriozola. Delivers that one in. It's a good effort. Fred once more. Nice little roulette by him, and even skips that past his man. Rashford. This time looking for the far corner. Manchester United starting to play the football. Malcolm with a second go. And that wasn't far away at all. You could see what he was trying to do. Just get it in the top corner. There is Malcolm. I think he's the type of player. He's going to want to prove himself, Malcolm. I mean, yes, he did score against Burnley, but, you know, he hasn't been playing. It was an important goal because it secured United with all those 3 points. You can see Malcolm right now. He's on the charge. He's up for it, running all over the place. Now here comes Wolves. Coutinho. Bath. Neves. Bennett. Back to Bath. That's a heavy touch. And an absolute shocking place to lose the ball. And Lukaku makes it 1-0. What on earth are Wolves playing at the back? And Fred just unselfishly there decided, Lukaku, you know what? You've scored plenty of goals this season. Here's another one on a plate with a knife and fork. But look at this touch. Horrendous. Fred read it. And then it's a simple case of laying it square and tapping it in. Another Man United corner. This time it's a high looping one towards the back post. It's come back to Lukaku, off the line by Patricio. That's a huge save right at the end of the half. Otherwise 2-0, and that's a tough one to come back from. Especially away from home, but here comes Wolves now. I don't think they've had a single chance on target all half. Been very poor, but Man United take a lead 1-0 at half-time, thanks to Lukaku's tap-in from Fred's assist. So the second half begins. No changes for either side, and not really a surprise that Luigi's left the same lineup. Man United absolutely dominated. Wolves not having a single attempt in the first half, purely not good enough. Man United had 7. Oh, wait a minute, that's a fantastic ball, but De Gea is quickly off his line. But generally, sometimes it's the theme, isn't it? A lot of these teams come to Old Trafford, have a diabolical first half, and then the second half, they really step it up. They're going to have to. The team in white, because they have been quite poor so far. Ball over the top. Nice give and go. Odriozola now has got to quickly get back. Cavaliero's got options in the middle. Well played, Odriozola there. Doesn't waste any time. Lukaku with a fantastic pass. Malcolm going one way and then the other. It's a good bit of defensive covering. Cavaliero up against Bay. Man United tidy up. David De Gea's going on a bit of a walkabout here. He gets it back again. Playing out of his box. Certainly is bored. Wants some action. Kondogbia. Rashford. Too long there. You can see what he wanted to do was a little shimmy, but waited too long to do it. Alda Costa. A splitting pass through the middle. And Eric Bailly with a not fantastic challenge, and this could be a problem. Is he going to go? What's the decision for the ref? I mean, if he generally thinks this is a foul and he's the last man, he should probably be sent off. But he's won the ball. And now the case is, can they get this up and down over the wall? But David De Gea saw the deflection. Well, Kondogbia lasted around an hour. It's going to be replaced by Ndombele. I think the manager Luigi's just sceptical now with injuries when players start decreasing in stamina. Ndombele tried to skip round the defender. Diogo Jota. Ball over the top. Eric Bailly looking to win it back. Jota still. He's got players in there, but that's not a convincing pass. Kimpembe finds Marcus Rashford. Not quite sure who Rashford was looking for. It's a very open game right now. Harrit flicks it on. Fred with a simple turn, and he's got options the other flank. Lays it outside. There is the volley. Great attempt. And Lukaku's follow-up strike was terribly wide. Actually, if Lukaku hit this first time, he had a better chance. This is a really good volley with the left foot. If he hits it now, maybe, but the touch put him a little bit wider. So the final two changes, Martial replaces Lukaku and Koulibaly on for Odriozola. Luigi always has it in the back of his mind about Odriozola now. He is a player that's had quite a few injuries. They don't want another one. They don't have too many right backs. Ball over the top. Took a big deflection. Here's a chance for Wolves. David De Gea did a really good reflex type save there. Harrit trying to find his man. And Malcolm picks it up. Lays it inside. Rashford to Eric Bailly. Back to Ndombele. Fred. Grimaldo. I haven't seen too much of him today. How's the delivery? Oh, it's a fantastic ball. Right in behind the Wolves back line. Here is Eric Bailly. It's a bit of a late one. There's Malcolm now. What's he going to line up? Absolutely nothing, because he's lost it. But well played, Fred. Now he wants to do a bit of magic. Players go diving in. And Ndombele goes to the floor. Great challenge by Harrit now. 5 minutes to play till full time. And Ndombele, Malcolm gets it on the left foot, and that was so close to the top corner. Nicely worked, got it out wide. I mean, he's always a threat on his left foot. He's so quick and dynamic. I think Patricio was worried. So Kenny comes on for Cavallero. We have got 4 minutes to play. Wolves have not really created too much in this game. You can't say they've deserved much, but you never know. Anything could happen in the final few minutes. Here is Rashford. It's a poor pass. Well played, Fred. Fantastic. And he'll bring it forward himself. And he's got options with Rashford. And that'll do nicely. Great bit of play. Wins a foul. And could seal the deal here with his free kick. Bunduka goes into the book. Well, Malcolm has been close a couple of times this game. How close is he going to be this time? Disappointment. Just too much height on it. So it looks like it could be another 1-0 win for Manchester United. Oh, wait a minute. Can Martial possibly grab one? Oh, he can! It's not going to be 1-0. It's going to be 2-0. And Anthony Martial, I don't think we've said his name since he's come on. It's literally his first touch. Great vision. I think it was that Fred who played him through. He's playing really well lately. Now look at the run. Right through the middle. He just needs one touch and smashes it into the far corner. So it's going to finish Manchester United 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. A convincing display by Luigi's side. Wolves rather disappointing note. Didn't show up today. Nothing in the first half and barely did much in the second. And there is a look at the shot count. 12-2. Wolves are terrible. I mean, really were. not good at all. And yeah, Fred, man of the match, and he got 2 assists. He's starting to perform. So, Burnley 4, Crystal Palace 1. Look at that, Burnley turning it around. Maybe a chance for them to start winning games. Bournemouth beat Newcastle, Watford beat Brighton, Everton beat West Ham, Chelsea beat Fulham. Tottenham lost again, this time to Leicester City. Arsenal dropping points with a 1-1 draw. Liverpool 4-0, come on. West Brom, you got to do better than that. And Man City beating Middlesbrough. So we remain 2 points behind Liverpool. The problem is their goal difference keeps getting better and better. Everton still 3rd, City 4th, Chelsea 5th. Tottenham Hotspur are still 9th. I don't know how. They just seem to lose games every single week. Burnley remain bottom, but they do add 3 points. So there we have it. We will be back for the game against Leicester City, which could be possibly more of an interesting game. I don't know. I mean, this is the thing about PES, as we know. It's random, isn't it? You know, I played Burnley in the last episode. Very, very difficult to break down. Very difficult to get the ball off. Or maybe it was because I was playing away from home. I don't know. But today against Wolves, you know, it's a different side of the spectrum. They were very poor. I didn't really see much chances from them. Maybe we just outclassed them. I don't know. It's a tough one. Tough one to ever get right. But if we whack it up to Legend, we know what's going to happen. It just becomes a cheat fest and a real mission to do anything. So it looks like Chong wants to go to Corinthians. Yeah, sure, we'll accept that. We'll get him on loan there, get a bit of playing time. That's fine. Also pick up 344,000 in the bag. But yeah, we'll be back, as I said, in the next episode, taking on Leicester. I'm going to see if there's any other DT files to try as well. I'm using Mike 2 right now with Tweet Goalies at 2. So the goalies aren't superstar, but they're still obviously good, as you've seen. They do make still some great saves. So if I find a new DT file, if you find one that you like, let me know. I'm always willing to try different ones, and you know, but as I say, the game against Burnley was totally different. They were playing really nice football. I don't know if it's because of the way teams are set up, how their tactics are. I don't really know. But, you know, if all teams play like that, it would be good. But you don't want all teams playing the same. You want a bit of diversity, but you want a challenge as well. But anyway, we'll be back shortly. When we take on the bigger clubs, then the test is going to come. But until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and take care.